Hello world, today I have a special video here. Just today I received this beauty, this tool from a very good company, NC Tool Company. They do not know that I exist, so this is not a pay anything. They are not paying me anything. So this is one of the coolest forging knife hacks that I have ever discovered. Unfortunately, this thing came open and the tool seems to be scratched. So I'm gonna open it right now and see if it's complete and if I can put it together, and then I will explain you guys what this is all about, right? However, I'm gonna give you a hint. It is a vise bench, or a bench vise. A vise that you can mount on a bench, but it's not any vise. Stay tuned. I will show you in a minute. So this is the thing, right? So it has some scratches here, obviously, because the postal service did such a poor job handling this thing. As soon as they notice some packages are heavy, and if they don't say fragile, they're gonna drag them through the floor. So it seems operational. Basically, this thing, this vise, you bolt it to your table and then you use incredible force to actually open this. By default, the spring keep it closed very, very hard, right? Like I mentioned before, this is from NC Tool Company, and my anvil is also from them, from that company. I have the knife making anvil, really good anvil, right? And every time that you buy something from them, they send you this little catalog of things they have. If you guys don't know the company, please go ahead and check them out. Again, this is not paid advertising. They have no idea that I exist, right? And just a guy who has bought an anvil from them, and now I finally got this vise. They're mostly aimed for yeah, I am totally running blank right now, but you can see they have pretty much everything. They have forges, they have anvils, they have vise, tables. They have something really cool. This thing is a portable anvil stand, and this is what I discovered this vise, right? And I did not know they sell it separate from the base. So I almost get one of these for my anvil until I discovered that you can actually order this vise separately. Here it is, the NC Farrier Bench Vise, right? So why is this a hack? So the first ever time that I forged a knife, we were actually forging using the anvils, were all NC anvils, and they were all hooked to this kind of bases. And it was really cool because we had the forging tank right there. So the quenching tank, sorry, not the forging tank, the quenching tank. So once that we immediately after we quenched the knife, we opened the jars and we put the blade there, and that helped us to keep it straight, right? Especially when you're starting and you do not do even hammer blows on both sides for the bevels, or if you did a little bit of profiling with the grinder, right, and you have more meat on one side than the other, that's gonna warp for sure, right? My last two knives warp a little bit, and I have to correct them during the when I put them in the oven, right, when I put them in the oven for tempering. And that's when I remember, you know what, I got to get me one of these. Since I'm just getting started with this knife making thing, and I am not a full-time knife maker, right? I'm a weekend warrior, if you like. So this tool is gonna come in handy. Also, I was planning on creating something that I can mount here and extend it for larger blades, right? Which I'm probably gonna need for the apocalyptic challenge. So I just wanted to show you guys this new thing. I'm gonna be testing the opening and all that. besides the cosmetic scratches, it seems to be fine. It needs to be mounted because it really requires a lot of strength to open it up. Let me see if you know what? Let me see if I can clamp this thing to the table and show you guys how it opens. Right? So give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so I have this vise all clamped to my welding table. I tested a little bit, so I'm gonna show you guys really quick because I don't want to bend my table because I like it and I use it a lot. So here we go. So imagine that this is actually bolted or welded to some of your working tables. This thing, I mean, if you're not using it, you can take it off, right? Because if this is bolted on the side of the table like normally people do, you don't want this there all the time, right? Because you can hit yourself here, so it's a hassle in your shop. But anyway, so here we go. So if I start pressing down, and then this opens up, so you come with your knife and show you. I have a template here. This is a template that I use to practice grinding my bevels, right? Especially if I have some time between projects. I always like to get mild steel, draw the knife that I'm gonna grind, and then the practice before I actually grind, because sometimes I forget some stuff, how it feels, the grinder and whatnot. Anyway, long story short, so imagine that you just quench, right? And you're moving up and down, right? And then you're ready to go, and then you open this thing up and boom, you put your knife like this, right? And then boom, your blade is not gonna warp. Ta-da! Right? You can also do like boom, your blade is not gonna warp. Or boom, this way. Right? And like I told you, if you manage to add something that you can take away and extend this, right, then you can probably do something more interesting, like something like this, right? Or for bigger blades, right? So then there you go. I think that one of the most useful positions will be this, right? This is where things get, I mean, if the thicker part gets warped, then everything else is gonna be warped, right? So it's something that you can do. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys my new toy. I'm going to be using it, especially on the project that I'm working on. You guys probably remember from the previous video, a small hunter knife. This is what I end up, right? This, by the time that I finish forging the bevels, I'm going to talk about this in the next video about this knife, right? I'm going to be doing, once the bevels are done, and all this is cleaner up, and I do the false edge on the back and whatnot, and level this, I'm gonna be quenching, and immediately, obviously, I'm gonna be doing something like this, right? Or maybe on the back, right? Depending. I like this, right? Or maybe something more in the middle, right? Or maybe something more here, right? It always warps where there's it normally warps on the blade side where there is gets thinner after you grind or define the bevels. Anyway, like I told you before, I'm just showing you guys a toy, and you have many options, right? If you want to go a little bit deeper here, or maybe on diagonal like this, right? I don't know. I found them very useful. The other version of this, the one that comes in the little portable anvil base, the whole thing, it doesn't have the bar in the middle, it has a bar on the back, and it gives you more space like this. That's what I'm looking to build, some sort of extension for this. I didn't want to buy the whole base. I just wanted something. I have a workbench that I built on where I forge, and I'm just probably gonna mount it there, or maybe I will buy some steel and put together a base with wheels that I can move this around, right? Anyway, I will keep you guys tuned about this toy. If you find this interesting in any way, please let me know in the comments. I'm not trying to be forcing you to do anything. If you like this kind of videos, let me know. If you like the tool, let me know. And also don't forget to check these guys. The reason why I like them is they have great products, great quality American products, and a really, really, really good customer service, right? Anyway, I like the company. Actually, this was one of the first forges that I ever used in my life. So anyway, see you guys soon.